Let's talk about data collectors in My Efficient Vineyard. A data collector is basically a way for you to collect any kind of information you like from your farm with your mobile device. And so, where you find these is right here in the lower right corner. We have the Collect Data button. And if I push that, you're going to see these are some data collectors that we have set up on this test farm. We have one here for vine size. And actually, this data set that you're looking at right here, this map, is all data that was collected using a cell phone in this block with this collector, the vine size collector. And all it's doing is basically, with your phone, you're able to collect a number for the vine size. In this case, it's from 0 to 4. So data collectors can be used for something as detailed as this, where you have a lot of data points that you're collecting in the field, or they can be simpler. It could be things like, maybe I just want to flag where pests are happening. Over here I noticed a pest. I want to have a data collector where I can just quickly on my phone push a button and collect a little bit of information. What type of pest was that? Maybe write a little bit of a note or something along those lines. And the example that I want to go through right now is related to broken posts. So this is something that's common on a vineyard. You have posts, they start to deteriorate and break, and you want to be able to flag, oh, I just noticed a broken post. Maybe you want to just put in a little bit of information about how badly broken is it. Do we want this to be an immediate priority, or is this something we could wait a little bit to get to fixing? So let's walk through that example right now. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my farm. I'm going to come into my data collectors, and we're going to select new data collector. And I'm going to call this broken posts. And I'm going to add a field. Fields are the kinds of information that you want to be collecting in this collector. And the first field is something related to the severity. So how broken is this post? Now, there's three different kinds of field here in the platform so far. We have text, number, and select. Text wouldn't really work in this case because text is just sort of arbitrary text. You just type in, like a note. Number might work. We could use a number. We could say, 0 to 5 as sort of a rating of how bad is this post. 0 could be not very broken at all, and 5 could be really, really broken. And, we could have a nice little interface for that. But in our case, I think I'm going to use the select. Select is sort of like multiple choice. And so what I'm going to put in this are the options that we're going to be able to choose from. And so I'm just going to say low, medium, and high. So when we're out in the field, we notice a broken post. We tap collect data. I want to collect a broken post. And I'm just going to select low, medium, or high severity. We're going to make this a required field because we want to make sure we're collecting how badly is the post broken whenever we collect information about those posts. So I'll add that field. Now you'll see that severity field right there. I am going to just add a notes field as well, just because sometimes someone might want to say, okay, this is a very broken post, and they might want to say something specific about that post. So I'm going to say text, and I'm going to uncheck this required field. This is not a required field, but a handy field to have nonetheless. So we'll add that field. So now we have the broken posts data collector. I've skipped the description field. This is just a little description of this data collector if you want to use that. We have a severity field and a notes field. So I'm going to save that collector. Now in our data collectors, you can see broken posts. Now if I were on my phone, let me just change the view here a little bit. I'm going to pretend that this screen is a cell phone. So here we are on an iPhone 6. And if I'm out and about and I notice a broken post, I can just hit my data collectors button, hit broken post, and it's going to go grab my location. Right now I'm not on the farm. I'm actually at another location. But you can see that this yellow button here, it has grabbed my location and it's put a point right where I am. And now I have this option of low, medium, or high severity. Let's pretend that this post is very broken, so we'll hit high. And then I could say, just put a note here, and then I could submit that data, and then the data is collected. And that's as simple as it is. So I'm walking along or I'm out and about on my day and I notice another broken post. So I'm going to say this one is a low severity and it's over here. So you can also tap on the screen. In the case of desktop, that's handy because I'm not actually, again, out in the field. So I'm going to just plop a point right there. We'll submit that one, data collected. And you'll notice that it pulls the form right back up for you. So you can just pop your phone in your pocket, pull it out again, you notice a broken post. Maybe I noticed something else in the field. Maybe I noticed some pests, or I want to take a vine size reading or collect some other data. Let's just get one more. I'm going to do a medium. I'm going to put it over here, and we'll collect one more. I'll do another low up here. Again, I'm just clicking on the map for the purposes of this demonstration. If you were out in the field, the actual location of your device would be the most handy, in my opinion, and this little blue dot will follow you around the field. So now, I've collected a few data points. Where is that data? Well, what it's done is up here in my, and I'm going to just go back to my desktop view. So maybe I walk back to the office, and I'm back on the I'm back looking at my farm, and I come up to my data sets, and you'll notice here broken posts. So what happens is when you create a new collector, that collector creates a new, what we're calling a dynamic data set. So you'll see this little satellite. That basically means that this is a data set that will continue to be updated. So as you collect more data, this data set gets updated. So I'm going to launch broken posts. This is going to say there's new data available, and it's compiling that data. Now, the first time you do this, sometimes you do have to refresh the farm, and that's a bug that we're actually working on today, basically. Let's launch that again. Once you launch that data set, it should update every time moving forward. And so you'll notice I have these 4 data points. Let's go under the color setting, let's go value-based, and let's use severity. You can see we have high, low, and medium. I'm going to crank the point size up just for the sake of this. And you'll see we have different colors for different categories. So we can go a lot further with visualization. We can integrate this dynamic data set in any of our plugins, any of the advanced analysis. We can download the data as a GIS file and use it in our other GIS software. Pretty cool stuff. We can do pretty much anything with any other type of data set, run heat maps, etc., etc. If you have any questions, we'd welcome you to go ahead and come down to the feedback button here in your Efficient Vineyard platform account and drop us a question or a note, and we'll be happy to take care of you. Hope this is a helpful tutorial. Have a great day.